This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Hi, everybody.
Hi,
On the
everyone.
show today, an old friend returned. Liam Bartlett joined us.
Yeah,
We had a lot to discuss.
Lots
Yep.
and lots.
Something of my dad's goes into Harry's mouth.
And Harry wasn't mad about it.
And Harry is licking his lips.
Oh, Harry, you still got something on your
Aren't you,
chin, mate.
Harry?
Just give that a rub. Jim Jefferies joins us. He's got a new telly show called The 1% Club.
That was a bit of a wild ride, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yep. We're going to find out what hot chips does to us, and it's actually devastating.
Plus other shenanigans. You'll love it.
This is Nathan, Nat and Sean
Nathan, Nat and Sean
on Nova.
on Nova 937. Let's go.
Morning, everybody.
Hello, friends. It's 6:04. Nathan and Sean now. I had to double check, but it is Wednesday.
It feels
It
like
is.
it should be Thursday.
Or Monday.
Or
Who
Monday.
knows?
Oh, yeah. Okay, where should we look? Be positive or be negative?
Yeah.
Let's be
No.
negative.
Well, we'll be negative because what's the fun in positivity?
I know.
It does feel like it should be Thursday,
Good point, Nath.
and it's Wednesday, but that's okay. We've got a day off. Well done, everyone.
And now it feels like a very short week. We've got a 3-day week ahead of
Does.
us instead of
Did
5.
anyone would anyone had to have worked yesterday? Like there were things
Yeah, there were
open,
things
weren't
open.
there?
Yeah. The Fresh
Yes.
Provisions near Sean and I was open, and
Oh,
it
it was going bananas.
heaving.
So do they get double time or triple time?
There
They
are
have to get
penalty
more.
rates. It wouldn't be triple time, I don't think, but
What
yeah.
was triple time?
I don't know. Or is it just Anzac time, which is even more?
Triple time, I think, I don't know if it still is, but it used to be Christmas Day, I think, if you work Christmas
Triple
Day.
time.
Yeah.
You would want those shifts, particularly if you're younger. Because
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, great services all around Australia yesterday, and I think it's starting to filter down really to a lot of younger people too that you see getting
Yeah,
out and
100%.
about.
100%.
I think it's
And
great.
I mean, not great weather. So the fact that, 25,000 people turned up to Kings Park yesterday morning,
Yeah.
and then extras to the other services around. You go there, hardy souls. Well done.
Good on you.
It's amazing, isn't it, that we went through just a couple of years ago, everyone standing in their driveways.
Driveway, yeah. Well, this was the first
know.
year they'd had
Yes,
the
at
Kings Park service.
Yep.
Like, isn't that amazing? Like, I think we've forgotten that whole pandemic thing a little bit too quickly about all the random weird stuff that we have gone through that became very quickly normalised.
That was so true, Nate. That in our house, I remember being out the front with our
Yes.
neighbours and
Yes.
it's like we couldn't be that close to them, whatever. Anyway, so the last post was playing by our neighbour across the road, but then everybody's watches, let's say, were, 30 seconds, minute different.
Yes.
You could hear, so our thing would stop, then you could hear one coming
Yeah.
from another, a couple of streets away.
There was somebody
Really interesting.
in my neighbourhood who was playing the bagpipes. So that, and you go, that's pretty amazing.
You know what,
Getting
that
up at
person's like,
6 o'clock in the morning.
Finally, I won't get a complaint from the police for my urge to play the bagpipes early in the morning.
That's so true.
Later in the show, we're going to catch up with Jim Jefferies. Everybody's got a new show coming to Channel 7.
Yeah, Liam Bartlett.
He's
It's
dropping
been
by.
a while
Loose
since
unit.
we got a
No.
ratings boost off the big
I know.
man.
Geez,
So
we
many
need
questions for him too.
Yeah.
Nothing beats a cozy winter getaway.
Or escaping to a tropical paradise.
If you're thinking about an early winter escape, whatif.com has just the place. Check out great accommodation deals across Australia on the What If app.
What if it's Aussie for travel?
Oh, where's Harry? Harry's not pressing the buttons
No.
this morning because Sam is doing it. Sam's
got his
gonna
L
be-
plates on.
Sam's going to be doing his first on-button solo shift.
Doing
on
a great
Friday.
job.
Without
Sam?
Harry looming over your shoulder. So
his
Harry's
gangly arms reaching over and
like
correcting
he's
me.
very tall. So last I saw him, he was walking around with a cup of tea,
Really?
just in the hallway,
So
having a
become a
great time.
supervisor.
Things are really like working out well for Harry because my father
Yes.
has told me to bring something in for Harry. I gave it to him this morning.
Pasta? Ella
Pasta
Bryan?
a la
la Brian.
Brian. Now, ever since
How much of it?
Marlene, Dad made 7 litres of pasta a la Brian.
What pot is he mixing that in?
Which is cold.
Like, I mean, I've got a washing machine with a lower capacity than that.
Well, you would too, wouldn't you? Yeah, sorry, I didn't even think about that.
That's right, isn't it?
It's amazing, actually, when you think
What's
about
your
it.
washing machine a 6 litre?
What is happening? Why can't Brian make a smaller amount of this pasta?
It is really sweet of him, though, because he does it. That's how he shows love for me. That's the only way is by making piles of something and then says that's
all
for
of
you
it?
all week.
So that's great, and he delivers it to you, and you can eat it all.
And
week.
out of
But
love,
7
he
litres.
delivers it. And
Is there
then
anyone else that gets
Will
involved?
you go and get it, Amy? It's in the fridge. Stop holding my hand. Sean.
Why? We're getting through this
I'm
together.
not frightened today. Wait until I'm scared. So Dad's made Buzz O'Brien anyway, and I told him, yes, I'm giving one to Harry, and Dad is beside himself, excited, because Mum makes her bacon savouries and is celebrated.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
for
she's
sure.
celebrated.
Throughout
As
the
well as
land.
her carrot cake.
Not so much.
Same as carrot cake. So Dad wants to be celebrated for pasta a la Brian. And a la Brian is an amazing dish. A la Brian.
Is there a recipe for a la Brian?
Yes. So you guys have never seen a la Brian, have you?
Oh, give us a feel.
So this is ravioli a la Brian.
Did he make the ravioli?
No.
Okay, so he buys the ravioli.
But open it up, crack it open, so have a smell.
It smells like it's got parmesan on top. Lovely.
Yeah,
That's densely packed in that container,
that's
isn't it?
Yeah, have a smell. That's a la Brian.
That's very Italian-y.
A la Brian seems to have the same love for garlic that you do. Which is heavy.
About 20 bulbs in
Heavy,
there.
and which clearly because you are terrified of vampires and this is the way to keep it away.
A while back, I told Dad that you can add spinach in things.
Yes.
As well.
For extra vitamins.
Yeah, for extra vitamins. So now everything that Dad cooks has got spinach
Yes.
in it. And then also I told Dad, if you want to make a pasta a little bit creamier and give it like a bit of salt, add some feta in there.
Yes.
So every a la Brian has, that's where the creaminess
Feta and
comes
spinach
from.
now.
Spinach and feta. Nice work.
Here, Harry, what do you think?
It's like
Are
a
you
brick
excited?
paver, Harry. Feel it.
Are you excited for a la Brian?
This is so exciting. This will keep me covered for the next couple of days. But
That will not, Harry. You'll knock that off
He
today in
won't
one
eat
fell
that in
swoop.
one sitting.
No,
That's
no, this is
densely
huge,
packed in
Sean.
there.
Yeah, but you're a big unit, mate. You're a tall drink of water.
You are a tall drink of water.
Thanks, guys. I'll give it a go tonight. Do I have to call Brian though? Don't I?
Yes, that's
With a review.
now that's
Yeah.
the thing.
This is part of the contract
Yeah,
you
yeah.
did.
Oh, he doesn't want a review. He just wants you to thank him. He wants you to speak. He wants you to thank him and tell him how great it is.
Oh, yeah, but that's what I meant by review. He only wants positive 5-star reviews.
Nate, if once Harry speaks to Brian, say later today, will Brian be on the phone to you straight away to let you know?
He'll be on the phone to me, and then that's all he'll bring up for 3 days. So I will talk about something else, and he'll go, "No, I'm not talking about that. What about Harry liking my a la Brian?"
I'm going to give it the best review ever.
No, don't be giving
No, give him an honest review.
Give it an honest review.
Yeah.
Because this affects everything he cooks, because everything is the same flavour profile as a la Brian.
So it's just, it could be steak a la Brian. It could be
Crumpets a la Brian.
toast a la Brian.
Tastes the same.
Same flavour profile.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat, and Sean.
How you going? You good?
Yeah, good. What day is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
a
it's
great
been
question.
confusing.
Wednesday, should be Thursday.
But it feels like Monday, so figure that out.
And Natalie cannot wash my dad's pasta because
No,
their washing machine's not big
exactly.
enough.
Would you put your hand up for pasta a la Brian?
Yeah, it looks good.
Knowing that you then are entering a very dangerous contract where, first of all, you have to take it every time he offers it.
Yes.
And you have to ring him with your, amazing
Well-
praise.
Which
for
has
it.
always got to be positive.
Well,
Yeah.
I grew up with Croatian grandparents, so they call you every week to deliver food, and then you have to call them and tell them how it was. So yeah, I'm used to that.
So,
Oh, yeah,
so
you've
you're
what you've
potentially
trained.
interested in some a la Brian?
Personally, no, because well, yes, but there's so much garlic in it that I feel like I would never speak to anyone
Sean, are
again.
you personally, would you like to try
I will
some a
take
la
the garlic.
Brian?
I'll have anything with lots of garlic on
Yeah.
it.
Sam, would you like some a la Brian?
The only issue is, and I'll see what you're saying there, Ellie, if you eat something with a whole lot of
Yes.
garlic, then
Yeah.
you're a chance not to be sick. Now, you want to use those sick days.
Exactly.
It's also a chance not to ever be kissed again.
Well, all Dad can hear is the orders rising.
I know.
You know what I'm
Look at
sensing?
him.
I'm sensing 14 litres on its way.
Double the output, Brian.
The Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
First day back at school for most of the
Of
kids
course.
today, so it changes into winter uniforms. Remember those kids that always, and this would happen to me too, when you rock in, it's a term 2, and you've come in with your summer uniform on.
Oh, how embarrassing.
freezing your box off, and everyone's looking at you.
Is this like a formal summer
Yeah, what's
uniform? What are you
this?
talking about? We just wore whatever was on the
Yeah.
floor.
He's talking about
Oh.
fancy private school
Yeah,
stuff.
sorry. So can you translate?
Well, 47% of people go to those schools. You wear trousers.
Hey, I'm not attacking you. I'm just asking you what your wardrobe is. Talk to me,
So
Richard.
trousers.
Trousers, slacks.
So you
slacks.
switch from shorts to trousers.
Yes, yes. And you have to wear a shirt.
And your blazer.
You have to wear a shirt.
You have to wear your blazer?
I had a blazer for the student council, and that's the only time when I had to do
What colour was it, by the way?
It was a blue, like a royal blue.
Yeah.
Then with the gold crest, which is Pegasus, upward and onward.
Huh.
And
How
look at
inspiring.
me now.
Look at him now.
Look at me now. The dizzying heights of the top.
Where's the rest of the student council, I wonder?
They all died in a car crash. No, they didn't. They're all alive. I don't know, to be honest, some of them might be dead. I'm not sure.
Haven't followed up.
I wish them best. I wish them the best.
In the afterlife. Ali, what's happening on the
Do you guys
road?
want to discuss anything else in the traffic, or I'm just standing here? No, we've got
had a car crash.
Join in, mate. Why don't you join in? Would you wear
Sorry, but
trousers?
you guys have 3 hours to talk amongst yourselves, and you wait until I have to come in for 15 seconds, and you have the longest conversation in the world.
Trying to make
Why don't
traffic
you join
reports
in,
interesting.
mate?
I
And be
can't
relatable
relate.
to the
I went
people
to
out
a
there.
public school. I don't
you went
get
to
it.
the same one
to a
as me. I
public.
could still join in.
Okay. I
Literally
don't have a blazer.
the same school. No, I didn't have a blazer
Yeah,
either.
we didn't
Tell you what,
blaze
mine
it.
was the most public. This isn't a show where we like to hear whinging, Ellie. Just want to put a lid on that, thanks.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean podcast.
So we've been warned about eating hot chips, and I'm disgusted with this. They're saying that it can give you anxiety and make you depressed.
That's not when you read the story. That's not actually what it says. It says there's a link,
Cholesterol
and but that's not causality.
Yep.
So they maybe it's just that depressed people eat hot chips to feel better.
Of course we do. When you're depressed, hot chips, bloody brilliant.
But
Yeah,
not
by
just
the
that.
way-
I mean, this is the thing. When you eat hot chips, you do feel depressed and anxious afterwards because you know you're just eating hot chips. And you know what hot chips do to you. I want to know, though, in that study, how do people feel once you added gravy?
Also,
Because gravy would really take the edge off the
more
depression.
importantly,
Yeah, I agree.
how do you get involved in this study?
Yes, I guess
you're
people are getting
to
paid,
eat
aren't
hot
they?
chips.
Getting paid.
Yeah, I don't want
that's
to be
a
living in a
great
world where I have to
give.
second guess chips. I second guess it already. I don't want to second guess it because of my mental health.
All right, let's go through our favourite hot chips again. Natalie,
What do you mean?
where do you like them from? Hot chips. Let's not put a negative spin on this.
Okay, so there's a place called Burgers with Attitude in East Freo. They do a great chip. It's like a beer battered chip.
Yep.
It's solid.
I like
Jesters
the
for
beer
me.
battered chip. Jesters are the world's best chips, and that's mainly to do with the seasoning they put on there.
I reckon you're right, mate. Yeah, good call.
Hungry Jack's. Their chips to me are unbelievable. And then, but on the same side as well, I like a KFC chip, but only if I get extra salt.
There you go.
I
team.
don't like a shoestring fry. I don't like a McDonald's fry. I think that's stupid, and I hate it. I hate
those are
a
powerful
really
words,
skinny
Nathan.
little wiry fry. No, I want
They're
some.
nice. If they're straight out of the fryer.
I don't mind an old school crinkle cut.
I think your good old fashioned
Sometimes.
hand cut potato chip from the fish and chip shop that's been cooked extra long so it's super crispy.
Yep.
Nothing beats it in
Can
the
I
world.
say something controversial?
dunno.
I'm glad that we've gone past the period of the wedge. Remember when the wedges were all in? It was all about wedges with the skin on and dipping it in aioli, and I was like, oh, shut
Sour
up.
cream.
It's not the worst.
No, but we're not. It's not about wedges anymore. If you go somewhere that has wedges right now, you know you've gone a time machine back to the 90s.
Sweet potato fries are in.
Oh
That's
yeah,
a
sweet
great
potato
point.
fries. I don't mind them as well, but I'm not going to order it. Like I need to do that when I'm
Yeah,
being
someone
health
else. You
conscious.
want someone else to order
If
it
you're
and then
being
you
health
get 'em.
conscious,
Health
I'll have
conscious.
some deep fried sweet potato thank you, because my body's a temple.
Nathan, Nat, and Sean in podcast form.
Tonight on Channel 7, there is a new show premiering at 7:30. It's called The 1% Club. And the host is Jim Jefferies.
And the first thing that you think of when you see this show is how the hell did they get Jim Jefferies?
Let's ask him. Hello, Jim.
Hello.
How are you, buddy?
Jim, how did they convince you to do this show?
How did that happen?
I could have done any of these shows. No one's ever asked me before. I've always wanted to be a game show host. Look, let's be honest. I'm not, what you think of when you think of a game show host. You think of somebody who can read, who probably hasn't said controversial things.
Yeah.
But 7 are just trying new things. They literally just have a chimp there just throwing shit at things on the wall and going, I reckon that's what's going to work. Jim Jefferies hosting a game show. It's going to be massive. This will change the way Australian television's produced. or it will set it back a decade.
No doubt, Jim. I was wondering, when you record, these shows are pre-recorded, obviously, because you need to get everybody involved. For you, which is very similar to us, the way you are, do you very sweary at some stages? So does that come out at any stage where you have to kind of check yourself when you're hosting?
What do you think? Do you think I'm some type of simpleton who can't control myself in front of people?
Well, that's how I roll.
In society.
Very skillful.
Hey, Jim,
very skillful.
This is the thing, though, because you think, okay, if you're going to get Jim Jefferies, you want Jim Jefferies to be Jim Jefferies,
Sure.
right? But yet we've got to understand that, this is going to be on when families can watch it. But they really didn't shepherd you in too much, because you say some stuff that I'm pretty sure Larry Emder would never have said coming out of his mouth.
Not even Andrew O'Keefe, and that's saying something.
So, Jim, you really are sort of very different to what a normal quiz show host is like already. Jim?
In many episodes, I get nude, whether the public want it or not. And it's not for the whole family, but I run around and I explore myself and the human body and the human condition. And I think it makes game shows something more, something different to watch. Too often we've been stuck in the mud with game shows without the game show host swearing or saying bigoted comments. But now you've got me, nude, letting it fly.
Doing the helicopter.
The show's going to be something special.
Well,
if they edited it well. If they don't, it'll just be a straightforward game show.
I tell you what, though, some of those questions, basically the way it works, everyone, is they say that, 80% of people have been able to answer this question.
Yes.
Then it goes right up to only 1% of people have been able to answer this question.
and it's not general knowledge stuff. It's more their puzzles, and it's about the way you think rather than what you know.
Yeah, but you really do think that, okay, I'm going to be smart enough for this round, and you know
and
what?
You're not.
You're not. You're pretty dumb. How many... can you answer these questions, Mr. Jefferies?
I normally get knocked out about sort of the 50... I'm in the meat of the bell curve when it comes to Australian intelligence. I think I'd be somewhat smarter in other countries and dumber in other countries, but as Australians go, I'm right in the meat there. Towards the end, the questions only 1% of the people can get right. Even when I read out the answers, I still sometimes don't know what's going on. But I have to read it anyway.
So, and just take their word for it that's the answer.
Yeah. That's good.
I would have been good on a game show like Is It Cake? I could have waited for that one.
Oh, that game show.
Some of those are difficult.
Have you seen that? So basically, they pull something out, and then you have to, from afar, say if it's cake or not.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times it's cake.
But I have a similar show that I've been working on called Fat or Pregnant. And Fat or Pregnant is a simple game show. It doesn't upset people. It gives people a definitive answer that they've been wanting to know. If anything, it emotionally and esteemingly brings people up.
I like that because
that's a tough game.
No, because in that as well, there's different levels of that. Because then it can be a round of fat or pregnant or with twins, so you can really insult them.
Yeah. And I won't say what gender we're looking at because I don't want the show to be political.
No,
that's the show.
Yep.
Hey, Jim,
pregnant.
How long do you get back here for when you're getting stuck into the 1% Club?
We filmed the whole thing in 2 weeks, so that's part of the thing behind being a game show as well. See, often I get asked to do action movies where I'd have to be filming in the Alps for months on end and learning stunts. Yes. And I say no to these films. I say, I have the physique of an action star, but I don't have the stamina.
No, you don't.
And that's why I chose game show hosting over being an action star.
Yeah.
Once you've done a sequence over and over, it gets a bit boring. That's probably the thing. You're like, can we move on from this?
Same reason when I had to choose between porn and being a game show host. I thought I don't have the stamina. I can do reading a little
Don't
bit.
have the stamina.
The other bit, my movies wouldn't be long enough for public consumption.
Oh, it'd be good.
Like
TikTok
TikTok
pause.
Exactly,
TikTok pause.
that's right.
Hey,
No one's got the attention span anymore anyway, Jim. Don't worry.
Hey Jim, on the on the news all this morning, it keeps there's talking about Biden's going to be going up to be the president again.
Yeah,
Is that really
he's gonna run.
Are you in America? Is that really all America's got to offer? Biden?
I just live here in America,
participate?
and they don't give me more information than what you get. Most of the news that you get is the same news that I get. So I'm going to... What do you reckon?
Well,
Probably
I just think because we checked I think it's the age of 80 plus you have to go for your license each year, and that just doesn't seem indicative of a president.
Well, also, he probably doesn't get erections anymore. He's in his 80s.
So
I'm
very
thinking
important for a
Very,
president.
very important if you're president.
Any world
Yeah,
leader?
it's a good thing. He can actually focus on the work.
Actually, that's
See
a
where you're
good
coming
thing.
from.
That is a
See,
good
that's
idea.
very positive.
Very much a positive kind of guy. Jim. All right,
You know
our
what?
producer is telling us we can't talk to you anymore, Jim. The 1% Club tonight, 7:30 on Channel 7. Jim Jefferies, thank you. It's
Thank
been
you.
a wild adventure.
All right. Thanks for having me. I'll
you.
talk to you all soon.
And just remember, Jim Jefferies, he doesn't get erections anymore either,
No,
so he's
that's
doing some really good job at this show.
Focused on hosting the
Yeah.
game show for 2 weeks.
This is the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
The all-new Thirsty Camel WA app has everything you need all in one place. Download and shop the way you want, in-store and online.
We're about to play a round of Appy Camel. All you need to do is make the thirsty camel the happiest with your story.
Jess from Byford's got a story for us for $1,000. Jess, good morning.
Morning, guys. How are we?
Fantastic, Jess.
yes.
Jess, do you pull this story out of parties, or what's it?
Yeah, it comes out regularly, yeah.
okay.
If anyone hasn't heard it before.
All right, Camel, settle in. Let's go.
So we had a household full of head cold, and I was going around doing the collection of all the used tissues and whatnot, and I've placed it into a somewhat empty McDonald's cup. I've left the room to go into the next room. As I've come back in, my partner's then put down the somewhat empty cup and has then obviously looked like what to be swallowed. The contents of the somewhat empty cup.
So he drank the rest of it.
Over there with
Yes,
snotty
he
tissues
has.
in it.
So did you just walk up, pick up the cup, open up the lid and show him what was in it?
I sure did, yes. He ran straight to the bathroom and grabbed the Listerine.
I don't know if there's enough Listerine in the world.
No, definitely not, no.
The camel liked that. He had a bit of a chuckle.
The camel's stoked with that.
Okay, all right. You hang there, Jess. Jackson's in Mount Hawthorn. Hello.
Nathan, Matt, Sean, good morning.
Oh, great start,
Don't
Jackson.
forget the camel, Jackson. Don't forget the camel.
Oh, hello, Camel. Good morning.
All right. Well, as you know, I already love Jackson's work.
Yes.
Jackson, all right, give it to us.
All right, guys. So to start off with, have you been on a Segway before?
Yes.
Okay, so we were in Rome in Italy, and my sister decided for her birthday she wanted to do all the family on a Segway, and half of my family is super uncoordinated, so it was recipe for disaster. Halfway through the Segway tour, my sister decided to go no hat between two of the beautiful Roman sculptures. Hit a sculpture, fell off, and the Segway just took off down the street and knocked over 6 tourists onto the floor.
I'd love to see
I
that.
went to help. I thought, I'm coordinated. Let me go help out. Bring my Segway over. Give it to my mum.
Yeah.
I grab it, and she pulls it forward, which turns it on, and there's another Segway going off and goes through the same set of tourists again.
Oh, my God.
knocks them down again.
So they were like 10 pins at 10-pin bowling, that the machine had stood them up again, and then you lot just cleaned them up again.
2 tourists, the 6 tourists got knocked over by 2 different Segways. To make matters worse, my sister had fallen off her wrist. We got it scanned. She fractured her wrist.
Yeah.
And we lost $1,000 deposit using the Segway.
Yeah.
Oh, of course you did.
Oh, mate. The camel.
Love that. He dug it.
This is one happy camel.
Oh,
Jackson.
Jackson. All right, you hang there. Beck's in Caramar. Hello.
Morning.
Hey, Beck, a lot of pressure. The camel has been stoked with the last two stories.
And I've been laughing at too. I'm just hoping you're going to laugh at mine.
Okay.
Oh, we can.
We'll see. Let's take it away.
So my husband's uncle and his wife are the biggest losers of the family. If something was going to happen and go wrong, it's them.
Yep.
So he gets up in the middle of the night to pee, bangs his foot on some furniture, starts to winch like men do. She tells him, take a Panadol, get back into bed, stop your whining.
Take a Panadol.
He's moaning all night. She has no time for him whatsoever. Get up in the morning, his right big toe is at a right angle.
Oh.
So it was very funny for everyone else, but not for him.
Wow. I mean, you know what, though? You took a Panadol. You should
that's
be
right.
fine. Don't you reckon?
I mean, the bonus for him is he gets to be right for quite a while in that marriage.
Yeah.
Well, that's true. He did milk it for quite a while.
Well, of course you would.
Yeah, all right. Let's see how the camel liked that.
You're happy because I'm not.
Very sensitive about his toes, as it turns out.
Didn't even get a giggle.
I know, mate.
I know. He's tough. He's a tough act. Thanks, Beck.
All right, well, we had the happy camel who was very happy about Jess's first call, and then Jackson's as well.
So there was a cup of snotty tissues that her partner drank, and then there's also the tourists being bowled over by segways in Europe.
Twice.
All right, well, let's ask the camel what he thought of Jess's in the end out of the two.
Here we go. Just getting a message from the camel.
Through from the camel. He likes to text us his decision.
Correspondence through.
Okay, he just said. Okay, versus...
Who's he giving it to,
Jackson.
Sean?
He's going with Jackson.
He's going with Jackson.
Sorry, I was trying to read the text.
He
put off, mate.
He does.
There was a picture of a camel toe as well, which is what threw Sean off.
That's true. Hey, Jackson, you've scored yourself $1,000 cash, my friend. Well done.
Good. It pays for the deposit.
Yeah, it does.
I
know. See?
Jackson, you were just killing it. You're a radio star.
Yes.
That's enough for me now.
And the camel loves you.
Enough for me now.
He's hitting the heights.
Nathan, Nat and Sean and the podcast.
A very special guest in the house.
Traitorous.
After a long time, while he was appearing on a rival radio network. Liam Bartlett, everybody.
Liam Bartlett.
Nathan, Sean.
Now, I would say this is exactly what happened. Is we're in a stable relationship, and then you started thinking, started thinking, oh wait, I've still got it, and then you went out and you're like, spread your seed across Perth, and then we were here waiting for you to come home, and you didn't, and now you've come back with your tail in between your legs,
and we've opened our arms and welcomed you back.
Demanding that we frost our balcony glass. So what's been your problem?
I saw the light.
So you're a Channel 7 personality now, we believe. You're going to be on
That's where the money
Spotlight.
is.
Oh, come on. Can I just say in passing?
What?
You don't look as though you've changed at all, Nat.
Oh, thanks. I've lost a considerable amount of weight, but thank you.
You look fantastic. You look younger than you did 40 years ago.
Okay, great backtrack. Let me have
you two reprobates, you look like... you are worse. You are a lot worse.
Wow.
Well, it's the stress of not having you in our life for so long. And in fact, when I was having conversations with you and you finished up at 6 p.m, I was like, I can't tell you a thing, and I can't. No, I tell the guys, I'd love to tell you, but I just can't because don't trust you, which I found. That's aged me.
I've watched Maps. This is gaslighting.
Yeah, that's right. Gaslighting
right now, I
101.
pointed out that I was upset with him, and now he's trying to turn it around and try and hurt me.
Yeah,
you can't hurt me
and say you're not worthy of his love anyway.
Please don't talk about maths. That's the other stuff.
I thought you would have been doing better for yourself than working at Spotlight.
Oh, you're a disgrace.
Well, what?
No, you can
so is
tear
it a shift each week? Like, what is it?
In the craft section?
Yeah. Make sure you do Sundays because you get penalty rates.
It's not a bad job. The people at Spotlight are great, but
Is it too late to be part of the Thirsty Camel competition? No, look, it is good. It's exciting. I'm excited.
Yeah.
You don't have to be excited for me. I'm just excited.
No, I'm excited.
A lot of people don't know what Spotlight is. Tell everybody what it is.
Well, it's because it's relatively
new.
In TV terms, it's new.
Yeah.
But it's an investigative program that they're trying to build. We're 7 Network.
Yeah.
Trying to build Sunday nights, every Sunday night.
Yeah.
How long does it go for? 62 minutes?
No.
Got him, yes!
I knew you guys have had this plan for a while, haven't you?
And how is it different to textile traders?
Oh, you're a disgrace. You're a disgrace. Listen, this week, you've got to watch this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, what?
This Sunday night.
Yeah, what's on?
You want me to give you a scoop?
No, because you never tell us anything.
Oh, yeah, I know.
You don't.
I know.
You don't.
Like sometimes
Well, tease us,
I can't.
tease
I
us.
can't. All right. This is hard. This is a hard school.
Okay.
All right. This week, we've got a global exclusive.
Oh.
Yeah, there you go. I've got your attention.
Is it? Are you interviewing the neighbour about the balcony?
Well, you know... this is hard.
Because we've got him in here.
I knew I'd have to go back and do my apprenticeship, but I didn't think it'd be this hard.
All right, so I'm ready. Global scoop.
Give us another line.
Think King's coronation.
Okay.
Right. Are you interviewing the quiche?
No, better than that. We're bringing together for the first time in a television interview.
Which obscure members of the Markle family?
Come on, mate.
Well done.
Are you serious?
Well done.
What are you doing? What?
The whole family.
What? Who's
All
family?
of the Markles.
Minus, of course.
Oh.
The actual one.
You're
that
doing the
what's it from?
Markles.
Minus the Duchess.
The trash Markles.
Oh, hang on.
Well,
all right. Oh, okay. Well, here's the challenge.
Yes.
So watch it, see what they say and how they talk.
Okay.
And how they address things, and then come back to me and say, have I got another opinion?
Right, so they're singing from the same hymn book.
So we're reuniting the family.
Yeah.
And they're going to put their side of what's been going on forward as a family, as a family unit.
So
Because
the mum as well?
No, well, she's estranged.
Yes.
So she's on Meghan's side.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
She's got, as the old man puts it, the VIP pass.
Ah, yes.
And
So
he's
she's-
filthy about that,
Well,
obviously.
she's not doing anything to blot her copybook.
Yeah. So then we've got Thomas, we've got Michael, we've got Thomas Jr.
You got Tom, yeah,
The
Tom,
sister,
Tom
what's
the
the
dad,
sister's
Tom
name?
Jr.
Yeah.
and Samantha.
Yeah.
Samantha, that's right.
Yeah.
So they're ganging up.
No, they're not ganging up. They just want people to see, because the narrative has always been that Meghan, which she's put out, not anyone else, she's put out that the family are
trailer trash in a sense, do you think?
Well, she doesn't want anything to do with them.
That would
because
be,
they're all dysfunctional.
Yeah, they'd be people that wouldn't have the balcony glass frosted.
Correct. 100%. But they can't help himself. The point is that her whole shtick.
They're trying to reclaim the narrative, basically.
Well, no, they just want their side put in a.
They did plenty of talking before the wedding and around the wedding, though.
Oh, no, they've had headlines. They've had headlines and splashes.
Well, Thomas was talking to everybody.
They haven't had.
Samantha was talking to everyone.
No, they haven't had a proper sit down.
They weren't all in the one place at
Was
the one
something
time.
said by them that made you change the way? Because we're just being fed the media, so straight away.
Well, they're sick and tired of her basically coming out and saying that, I wasn't brought up in a loving family.
Right.
And that I didn't have... She said, to Oprah that she was an only child.
Yes.
She never had siblings. Basically that there was no sort of close connection with her father, all that sort of stuff. So all the way along the line, the whole journey.
So her narrative.
So they're saying, look, this is not the case. And in fact, they've given us access to a few exclusive home videos that they had back in the old days.
Yes.
Which you'll see a side of Meghan and I think you'll change your mind. You'll think, hang on a minute. Why has she been running with that story? So Samantha has, unfortunately, has MS.
Yeah.
And so she's confined to a wheelchair, so it makes it difficult for her. So she can't really travel. So she's at her home in Florida. So the two, her dad and her brother, we've brought them from their home in Mexico, and we've reunited the whole lot.
Have they made any money? At all?
The Markles?
Yeah, because there would have to be some residual cash coming back there. I know that Tom, the young one, he did a reality show here. And
yes.
But
and they sold some stories around the wedding, I think. Yeah.
I don't know exactly, Nathan, but I don't think very much. I think they
you've been in their home, so there's nothing. There's
no, I don't think
just
so.
normal house.
It's a pretty sort of standard subsistence sort of.
Yeah, okay.
I don't think they're
interesting.
Certainly not over and above.
Yeah, you're right.
They're not. No. There's no flashy.
Yeah.
In fact, while we were there, her car broke down. It was an old, clapped-out old van that because of her wheelchair, that she... So, no, there's no... Yeah, they are, in a sense, they're battlers, American sort of style battlers. battlers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, Liam, one of the things, the big things out of you doing this new gig at Spotlight is that you've had to change colours, right? So it'd be like me going to the West Coast Eagles or, Ben Cousins coming over to Freo. This is a big deal.
I don't think it's as big as that.
Mate, it is. You've been with Channel 9 for how long? I was going to say 100 years. Is it longer?
Long time.
Yeah.
Long time.
Did people want to get you when you're getting out the door? Like, oh, traitor.
No, they didn't say anything, actually.
No, it's just a
You know why?
eerie
They're
silence.
frightened you'll do a story on them. To be honest.
Heard the door slam on the way out.
Was there a farewell lunch or something? Did you?
No.
No, not even like a gift.
No.
No gift.
How long have you been there?
Stationery or something.
Fair few years.
How many years?
I don't want to date myself too much.
What are you talking
110? No, it felt like 100. No. I don't know. Well, in sort of 2 or 3 incantations, I think.
Yes, because you left 60 minutes and then went back again. Yeah.
I was with 60 for about 15 years.
Yeah. Yep.
Close to 15 years.
Do people still get parting gifts like a nice watch and, that's engraved
Well, if you've done a
with
certain
your
time, what's
you
the
would
time?
think. I would
20
think.
years?
I think it.
What did you get now?
Well,
15 years is.
I think if you retire and go nowhere, I think they probably
because you're
do buy
leaving
you
for a
something.
competitor.
Well, if they suspect it, yeah.
Wouldn't you like a nice little pocket watch or something?
Nah.
No?
No.
A man brooch?
Move on.
A nice man brooch?
The other thing is changing. When you're with an opposition, people say, so Channel 7 will say terrible things about Liam Bartlett because he's with Channel 9.
Yeah, true.
So then how do you take that on and then just go and work for that company, knowing that's happened in the past?
I think it's about personal relationships, isn't it, Sean? I think you guys know very well in this, in the media industry, I think any industry, really. I think it's about the personal connection, and it's about people who support you and who are enthusiastic about having you there.
Yeah. Yep.
So you don't see it as working for an organisation, you see it as working on a particular show for particular people.
Yeah, I think so. I think very, very much so, very much so. And especially in the news current affairs business. I think, and especially double down on the investigative part of current affairs, public affairs. Because if you haven't got support at an editorial level, if your boss is not a strong leader and supporting you and wanting you there, I think that's the time to, And conversely, you're attracted to that sort of environment where people want you to be part of the furniture.
A few friendly stories in the West Australian wouldn't go astray either, which, it's going to happen now.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, let's not go there.
At least couldn't it be a nice, friendly story? You could be the recipe of the day or something.
Well, they can do what they like. Yeah. I mean, it's a big network. It's a big organisation, and there's editors. There's
do you
editors.
Have Kerry Stokes' number?
They make their decisions.
Is he in your phone?
Along the way?
That's a good question.
They make their decisions.
Yeah, I know, but do you have Kerry Stokes' number?
Well, no, that wouldn't help because the editors make their decisions anyway.
No, I know, but are you besties with Kez?
No.
Stay in the beach house up in Broome or what?
No, but there is... I'll tell you one thing. There's a lot to be said for that model, the model that the Seven Network have. Because with someone like Kerry Stokes, who's chairman, who is independently wealthy...
Yes.
And who has a social conscience...
Yes.
It makes a big difference because you have a driver, if I can put it that way, a sort of driver at the top...
Yeah.
That is positive. And you don't have. I don't want to diss the other mob because there's a lot of good.
You might be though.
No, but I don't want to get into that because there's a lot of good people who still work there, and it reflects badly on them, and it's unfair. That's unfair.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go down that rabbit hole. But suffice to say again, it's great to be somewhere where people support you. And it's really important because if you go and do some hard stories, the fluff and bubble stuff is anyone can do that. But when you do the hard stuff. That's when you need, good support. People sort of standing metaphorically, sort of shoulder to shoulder.
Are you going to be doing any of the really dangerous stuff? Like, I still have that memory of you in the Middle East with, Lebanese missiles going over your head.
Well, look, I
Remember that?
I love falafels.
Being shot out of your mouth. Me too.
Have you got war zone stuff in the future?
Well, it's a lot harder to do now than that because of the insurance part.
Yeah.
For the network, I mean. It's a lot harder to organise and do with the risk. But, I'm up for anything.
Yeah, frontline in Kiev.
It's a good story. If we can, capture something that's really interesting.
Are you open to people on the street walking up and saying, I've got a great story for you for Spotlight? Then pitching it to you?
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Yeah. Why, have you got one?
What? No, I've got nothing. Mate, if we had a good story, we'd use it on here.
It's been 20 years.
And if you've
We're
been
20
listening,
years in,
it
we
hasn't
still haven't
happened yet. Check out Spotlight, everybody. Sunday nights on Channel 7. It is a joy to have you back in the fold.
Oh, thanks,
Bartlett.
Nat. Thanks
And
a lot,
great
guys.
to have your daughter in here this
Yes,
morning.
Olivia's
I'm
here
so
too.
proud of you, Olivia. She's graduated.
Very
Very
talented
talented.
violinist.
I know. She's got a degree in music now and she's got no way to use it.
If you've got any job offers for a violinist,
Yeah.
hit us up.
Who would have thought?
I know, right?
She got her honours as well.
Yeah, of course she did.
Amazing.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you, Liam.
Hey, guys, thanks for your support. I really
worries. Don't be a stranger, mate.
Don't be a stranger.
It's great. It's great to be back in here. It really is.
I cannot wait until you ask us to be special guests on Spotlight.
Yep, any
Well,
minute
that'll be
now.
interesting.
It'll be because it's some sort of expose, Nathan. Be careful what you
Oh,
wish
actually,
for.
no, I don't want to be on Spotlight.
I know you don't.
It's the Nathan, Nat and Sean podcast.
Get ready. Because it's Nova's Shout. Food, fun and fashion all in the one place. Head to forestchase.com.au to find out more.
We put the call out for call it number 23, and that happened to be Louise from Safety Bay. Hi, Louise.
Hey, hi, how are you?
Louise, would you like to go shopping with $500 of not your money at Forest Chase?
Oh, I certainly would love that.
Yeah.
Well, this not your money is now your money.
Well done, Lou.
Woo, thank you.
Hey, is there anything-
Fantastic, thanks.
Is there anything you need to get for now that the conditions have changed? We're going into winter.
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to have a think about it and try and keep it secret from my family before they spend it all.
Yes, absolutely. It's nothing to do with them. You won this off your own bat.
The most
Exactly,
healthiest
yeah.
thing to do with a family is keep a whole pile of secrets. It really
Yeah.
is. Don't you think, Sean?
Yeah, it's got me this far.
Like Megan doesn't know how much you really make here.
Nathan, once again,
Oh.
when I tell you things, you don't have to say them on the wireless.
Oh, that's right. When the light is red, people can hear us.
Okay, congratulations, Louise.
This is a podcast of Nathan, Nat and Sean.
I've got Brian on the phone.
Blah, blah, blah.
Shush, Brian, we're on the radio.
So Sean just had to tell Dad about a horse.
You going
bit
to
of
tell
horse
everyone,
talk.
or
No, I'm not going to tell everyone. I just gave Brian, what could be
a fairly
perceived to be
obvious tip?
a tip, but also then he went on to tell me about his pasta, which, of course, we need to speak about more, I'd say.
Yeah,
over the future.
Ravioli a la Brian.
We're going to get maybe Harry on tomorrow with Dad, and Harry can give a Matt Preston-esque review.
Good idea.
on
Everybody.
Pasta a la Brian.
There's your hook for tomorrow.
Well, no, cancel your day.
I mean, also giving away $1,000, but no, don't worry about it.
What are you talking about?
A $500 shout?
Yeah.
No.
We got a
review, mate.
We got any
A
of our
review.
footy boys on tomorrow?
We're looking
one of
to
them.
either have Gov or Das. We're not sure who's available at this stage.
Okay. All right, that sounds fun, doesn't it? We did really well first day back after
what, one day off?
one day off. Would you like to work one day on, one day off, one day on, one day off, or would you rather a 4-day weekend?
If I worked in a
days,
job
me.
where you didn't have to get up at 4 a.m, 100% I'd be happy to do one day on, one day off. But just the interruption to the sleep cycle and then having a day off and sleeping in a bit, it's too much. It messes me up too much.
It'd be so much easier for people that have easier jobs than us.
Yeah, well, that's everyone,
I agree.
isn't it, Ben? Like you, for
I'll
starters.
take the one day on, one day off.
One day on, one day off. Don't
No,
you
give me the
reckon?
4-day week. 4-day week,
When
3-day
do you-
weekend.
What time do you set your alarm for?
6:30. Don't want to rub it in. I know.
That's not bad,
The
but
look
do
in
you
your
feel
face.
tired there, Ben? Because I know that back in the day I used to go 6:30. Oh, it's the crack of dawn.
Yeah, I'm always tired. Don't know why.
Yeah.
When Nat and I first started this show, we were on an hour early, weren't we?
We started earlier, but we also got in earlier.
So I think we got in. What time did we get in?
Well,
here?
my alarm used to
3:30?
go off at 2:55.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
2:55.
Yeah. So
People
we
are just getting home.
I was living in South Fremantle. Yeah.
We would be in here for 3:30 in the morning. Sometimes
disgusting.
earlier.
Oh, so you would-
sometimes we would go over the road to Orioles and have breakfast
Yes.
before the show.
Because it used to be open 24 hours a day. That was when it was someone's birthday. That was it. Yeah.
Good
And then-
times, guys.
Oh,
Thanks.
were they good times? Because you'd have to sleep. I know you went and slept in the beanbag afterwards.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
then
yeah.
we'd do the show and then we'd turn the lights off, go
And
into our
have nap
office and
time.
have a sleep on the beanbag for 20 minutes because no one worked hard after
Not
check.
even joking.
Nathan, Nat and Sean is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.